good for pickoffs in terms of setting the tempo. Cho again still available. Atlas still available here for Miko. Lapu-Lapu even in the X. Oh, Lapu-Lapu.
Unless they
XP.
flex the joy.
XP.
Unless they flex the joy.
Unless they flex the joy, yeah.
They go tank a lot.
Yeah. Tank a lot even. Might be difficult. I hear someone new. Oh, it's a Kufra.
Hello.
And that's a Hanzo.
Hello, Hanzo.
Okay. We are back on the board with a Hanzo pickup. Most likely this is going to be going to the jungle, yes.
Correct.
So
Yes.
Hanzo was picked in week one?
Yes.
Week 1.
As a jungler in the MPL, yes.
Okay. I like the Hanzo because it's, in a way, it's risky, but it's like a huge risk. So now I really do go back to that point of, yeah, this is chaotic, man. This is chaotic, smart Omega. It's going to be great.
I like that it's dangerous, but only because it's dangerous. it's bound to be fun either way, right?
Yeah.
You're going to scramble Blacklist.
Oh!
And you're going to put them in an odd position. What? Naizu. Danger begets danger.
Yeah.
That's a jungle Alice if ever I've seen one.
You got danger on Omega and a dangerous woman on the side of Blacklist International. The CEO still on your screen.
still here.
This is going to be a Demon Slayer tank Alice in the jungle and a Hanzo in the jungle as well.
All right.
Okay, you thought Guinevere was cool. What about Jungle Alice? How cool, how dangerous is that?
All right. So, full transparency. If y'all have been keeping tabs on local leagues here in the Philippines, it's shown up in the MDL, right?
Yeah.
In the hands of breakout performing team Game Lab. To much success, right? But anecdotally speaking, I've played my own fair share of Jungle Alice. It's miserable in the first 2 minutes. It's so hard. Nay, I'd say first 5 minutes. So
That's a long time.
Yeah.
Because Blacklist International has to work hard. Wise has to work hard to make sure it works.
And that's why the role here of Renegade will be even more important. He needs to be the anchor for the next 5 minutes of the game for Blacklist International. The thing is, though, with Alice, and for me, it feels fast after the 2nd minute because eventually teams will adjust and start leashing for it super quickly. If Blacklist win the first 2 turtles of the game, Omega are going to feel that Alice scale up super quick.
Not only that, but just the interaction between having an Alice and a Valentina on the same team, that can actually do wonders for Blacklist International, especially if UA is able to pop off a little bit early here to allow them to give that time to Wise like you guys mentioned.
Oh, Miko, missed the jump. As we were talking about it, Blacklist International just want to hold out, all right, until Wise is stable, until this Alice is ready to go. Now, talking about the Alice, the Valentina, and the Moskov, that's a lot of damage coverage, especially when you get to the late game. It's inevitable.
Yeah. And we felt that also, as you mentioned, Leo, in the MDL, when it was backs on the wall for an Alice jungle. Once it got to the late game, and Alice and Moskov together will absolutely tear up through lineup. Hence why Omega's pickup on the Melissa is crucial, and Stome here will be playing a crucial role as well for Omega. Now, the interesting thing about the 2 junglers is both teams don't need to engage or commit so much for turtles and even lords, because the junglers can just safely poke away from afar or just wait for the last minute retreat and then just get on out of there.
Yeah. I mean, right now their eyes set here on Super Red, still trying to find any pick-off advantage that they can, because that's the one thing I'm really wondering about is how this Hanzo works out this time, right? Because what we know, Hanzo's damage can be unreal if unleashed.
Speaking of, it's a little trippy watching Numa just go ahead and whack away at the turret while Ryzen's body is way off.
Oh, man. Still have to get used to seeing Hanzo on the board here at the MPL, but this is a meta which we find ourselves in, and we do get it, though, why the Hanzo pickup is so great currently, how well it's safe in terms of taking objectives, doesn't need to overcommit. Oh, here's Renegade, though.
Yeah, Renegade should be fine. Renzio doing exactly what he needs to do, but who gets this advantage? Because now, that's 2 ultimates down for Smart Omega for that first turtle. So they're not even going to commit to it just yet. Newman on Blast going to charge up here. They find Miko. The stun's there as well. Don't have enough damage, though, from UA with that Feathered Airstrike copy.
What I really liked about that was, other than a great start there by Blacklist International forcing Miko back, Miko didn't expend the flicker. Much needed ability if you are the Kufra to hold on to that. And now we're going to see here Omega. They don't need to commit their roamer onto this turtle. Ryzen can just stay back, maybe poke and watch out. try to peek, but it looks like, let's see if he can steal it.
Ryzen going in. A little bit too late, though. Wise able to secure the first turtle of the game. Ryzen just going to go back to the body here. So, yeah, first objective secured here pretty easily by Blacklist International.
And it begs to be said, 3 minutes in, no casualties. Omega not crossing the threshold quite yet. The gold laners, let's give them their own timers. This is good for Blacklist. And again, folks, you might be wondering, why is Wise entering the lanes? Why is he farming away the laners' gold? It's because of that passive.
Yeah, you need to build that passive up for that Alice once you're around the minions. When they go down, get those, I call them bloods.
The blood.
The blood.
Blood orbs.
Down. The blood orbs, exactly. And now looking at the items, you see there the gap between the two gold laners here. 500 might not seem a lot, but this early on with how much damage Keller has done to the energy shields, it's big.
Oh, Storm gonna bob and weave with the wings.
Oh.
Can't get away though. Feathered
Surprising.
Airstrike gonna find the connection from Yue, and they're gonna be fine just like that, finding the first kill of the game.
Great patience by you as the Valentina with the feathered airstrike, really waiting to see where Stone will be flying, biding his time, eventually helping secure the kill there onto Stone.
And with that, again, it's clear that Ryzen is behind, right? So he just built his corrosion scythe. Not to say that he would have won that engagement if he had the corrosion scythe. He needed Stone there. He needed to coordinate that much, much better. Oh, wait. Mid!
Yep.
Oh!
Okay, they return the punishment, right? This time they get Yue. Renegade could be in trouble here. He's trying to get away. Split out of the way. Can he survive? Ryzen on the hunt. Can't get him. The Hitman survives.
Smooth operator. The Hitman bought all the time in the world for Blacklist.
Oh, similar to how Edward escaped with slivers of his health as a glue in game number 1. Blacklist International continuing the theme here. But that was a great call by Omega to go for that clapback to counter back the kill onto Stone in the mid lane. So now, still a very even ball game for these two teams.
Yep. Turtle spawn here. Second one for this game. Miko and Oh My Venus looking for a pull, a jump in. No one home.
And look at that. Renegade just stuck in lane up against that Joy. Not having a joyful time in this game. Ren just so much pressure right now onto the Hitman.
Yep, not just. It's come to the point wherein Renzio has pressured Renegade so much that that turret took a few hits. Look at it, it's just a third of its health. And Blacklist with the pull. Let's see if Omega's going to commit.
He's going to make his way, and still Ryzen able to secure that one with Retribution. Happy with it. They're still trying to grab Renzio here. There's the feathered airstrike and a force on my Venus back. They find the stun, still looking for it. Renegade there now with the split, looking for a pullback. Can't find it. Renzio, though. Joy doing work here with the vengeance, but still no one going down here. But Smart Omega able to secure the turtle.
All right, crumbs of what Omega might eventually bake into a amazing DPS pizza. That's what Omega's lineup is looking like so far. It's DPS, but they're not there yet.
Yeah, right now, Blacklist are receiving a mouthful of a Joy sandwich. Renjo just doing so much to pressure Blacklist's attempts with answering in team fights. Even though that was a great position there for Renegade and Wise, you see how tanky they are. And now Blacklist on the pressure of Renjo, sending him back. That tower is going to fall topside.
This is the thing, right? They're now it's to the point. 7 minutes in, you're trading objectives here, looking for more space. They're going to be looking for a kill mid lane. They find Wise. Nice setup play there, and now Renegade going to be the focus. Ryzen still trying to get the damage off he can. Also working to take the purple buff as he does.
I gotta see Ryzen. I gotta see Dean. Did he get it? Did he steal it?
Yeah, it looks like he was able to steal it.
Oh no.
There's no member of Blacklist there who could have taken it away from him.
Does Renzi understand? Does he know the gravity of the situation? There was a concealed play by Omi Venus. It looks like he saw. Looks like he knows.
He knows.
He knows.
He knows. And look at the damage right now. Player gold, rather. Keller in the lead. But Super Ed very close despite that tough start for him. Super Ed's kept it close for the Filipino Savage. Already having a golden staff on him. So Mega need to watch out for this damage of Moscow. They need to find him in team fights.
Uh-oh. Well, back at mid lane, they're going to be focusing again as we get the action back. Wise quite low. Going to be able to regen quite a bit, though. Renegade going to pull the members back. Miko could be in trouble. Not enough damage here, though. So now Renzio pushing them back as well. Blacklist International barely holding on to the tier 1. Super Red trying with the ultimate there.
A curious case. Reptar, correct me if I'm wrong, but it seemed like Kelra consciously did not lean into that fight.
Yeah, he didn't. He stayed back knowing that with Miko already low, they're going to lose one of their frontliners. Omega does have the damage, but they are still watching out and respecting the turnaround capabilities that Blacklist has, especially since they didn't have full info yet as to where Super Red was.
Oh, well, right now they don't have the information here that they need. Miko going to charge up. There's the Neuron Blast. Not going to find the connection, though. Renegade half health here, so both teams calling it back for now. Ryzen, though, still doing some damage there. He recalls back, and still, now that this Lord is up, are we going to see another orchestra of a Lord dance?
Well, last game was won almost single-handedly off of that engagement. So I'm thinking Omega should be once bitten, twice shy. They should take advantage of the fact that they know more now. But again, consider the fact that this is Renegade. It's not Edward anymore. Oh, that's a bouncing ball on the Queen.
My Venus going to be fine for now, but still fighting for space to get the advantage on this Lord, and also Renzio heading up top side. So another turret going down, but still no team wants to commit just yet.
Yeah. Both teams taking it nice and slow. Renjo's pressure up top, though. There's a signal for Blacklist that there's one member of Omega not close to the rest of them. Who's going to be able to find the marksman and the main damage dealers of both teams first? Omega need to find Super Red, but Blacklist need to find Kelra.
Gentlemen,
Ryzen.
I'm slowly getting sold on this jungle Alice. Blood flow can be used to check bushes.
I mean, honestly, they have a lot of options to check bushes, and I think that's going to play dividends for them as they get set up here to fight. Look at that, too. They had two members up top to push Renzio back. Now they're giving the Lord here first for Smart Omega. They're going to contest it. Feathered Airstrike going to come down. Renegade taking quite a bit of damage. Still alive. Retribution comes out. It's Wise securing the Lord here. Can they capitalize on that objective take? No one goes down. Blacklist International now looking to take space on the map.
There's a reason they call him the king of the jungle. Wise, not only does he have a hero pool as deep as Mariana's Trench, but also his mechanics, unquestionable. Say what you will about him not playing the assassins, but when it comes to clutch moments like this, wins world championships.
Yeah, man. As you're a jungler, you got one job. Stay alive as long as possible, get the major objectives, and that's exactly what Alice brings to the table for Blacklist International, what Wise brings to the table, and now with a Winter Truncheon as well, he could potentially also be the setup guy.
Oh my goodness.
Just like how they set up that kill there onto Ryzen in mid.
Close call for you, but the job is done. Ryzen suffers his first death. Fellas, I just noticed we're 11 minutes in and we've only had 4 kills, 3 before Ryzen fell.
Yeah,
Very calculated.
Low kill game here, but right now, I mean, in a similar fashion, the first Lord of the game buys a lot. Not the game, but buys a lot here for Blacklist International. And I feel like this is the point now where they put the pedal to the metal here.
And Omega might need to play again from a situation where they will have to just defend and then find the turnaround there. Super Red now at the top of the gold chart, while it's Kelra trailing behind by almost 2,000 gold. How quickly the story of this game changed with earlier Omega in control. Now it's Blacklist in the zone.
Okay, Miko going to be able to find Renegade. Can't escape that one. The damage is there.
Ouch.
As he falls in the jungle.
Not even a chance to use split.
That was a lot.
That's the DPS pizza you were talking about.
Yep, they're slowly serving it up in slices, all right? I'm
Not a
looking.
full pizza.
Not yet. About 3K behind, not yet. Still outgunned, right?
Yeah.
Still outgunned. It's possible that we see deja vu, but the other way around. So, Ujavad.
Yeah.
Ujavad.
Ushaved.
Okay.
No, because again, this was the same situation we saw last game, right?
Yes.
The whole game, Blacklist was behind, and then they just rubber banded, came back like that. I'm seeing the same possible thing for Omega. They have the Kufra, they have the Melissa.
The weight here is definitely on Miko to find the right setups, right? I mean,
Yeah.
and all the while, you have to worry about exactly the kind of displacement that can happen from Blacklist International, even with Wise, right? Yes, he's on this jungle Alice, but still the fact that he can kind of appear at these weird angles
Yeah.
is a headache in itself.
He can juke you. He can throw the blood flow the other way and then walk into you the other, stun you, and then DPS you. Yeah, you're right. Exactly right.
Yeah, the power of the Alice, that's what she brings. And Omega, other than just looking for the perfect setup for Miko, they also need to find the right timing. Because even if it looks like a great setup by Miko, is it the right time? As Renjo, does he have time to get away from this?
Oh no, Renzio pops the vengeance here, but 4 members, Blacklist International Super Red unleashing, one hit away! Whoa! You can't dodge the spear!
Lord Rush!
But Smart Omega going to be working on the Lord here. Renegade trying to get
He's got
in,
Weiss!
and it's going to be secured by Ryzen. So a trade for a kill for a Lord. They're still going. Ryzen falling. Now All My Venus focusing on Kelra. Going to block a lot here.
Puts up the bulwark in Kelra's face.
Didn't have the dash to get closer to maximize that. I believe Kelra was also playing it safe. So Omega, with the sacrifice of Renjo on the top side, they rushed Lord at the same time. A good call by Omega. They have a chance to put more space for them here on the map, especially in that mid lane. They need to open up the mid lane for them. Bottom side is where Blacklist will be looking at, but they have enough bodies close to the mid lane to cover that if Omega decide to dive it.
The showstopper pays the iron price to keep the show going, to eventually get to Omega timers. A jump in.
Oh, Miko
That's just
still
one goal.
looking, but Wise going to be in trouble. Look at the damage from Super Red. It's there to fall for Smart Omega, and he's still going now, looking for Miko. You can't escape that one. Double kill for Yue.
That's what I was talking about, Omega. The right timing. It was a great setup, but is it the right time? Did you have the info of where the other members of Blacklist are? Because if not careful, Blacklist can punish, and now they're close to potentially ending the game.
Renzio and Ryzen trying to do the best. Yue going to be quite low. He gets a kill. Ryzen able to grab that one. So they hold on for a little bit longer, but still they have their work cut out for them.
Good news, bad news. Omega has firepower, all right? They just need to put it into the right avenues. And just the same, they have a great highland defense. They still have all of their inhibitors, so as long as Storm and, I'd say, Renzio and Kelra to some extent are on point on defense, they're fine. They're going to extend the game. Bad news is Blacklist are still dictating the pace.
Yeah, it is going to be a tough end for Blacklist to end it in a normal way, a normal siege. As you mentioned, great defense on the base pushes here for Omega, but they cannot get caught out just like they did earlier again. Even though it's a good setup, even though it's Wise, you still need to watch out for Yue, you still need to watch out for Super Red, and make sure that your backline is safe. Kelra got caught out there. That's why they couldn't maximize the pin down onto Wise. Kelra was immediately spotted by Yue, and I believe that was Oh My Venus in that shrub close to the lane. That's why they couldn't follow it up.
Check your battle spells, folks, because Omega is online. Blacklist is still waiting for one. There's a jump.
Miko going to find Renegade here. Immortality going to be popped. Look at Oh My Venus zoning out. Kelra goes in with a flicker. Not going to connect. But Yue unleashing here, taking the joy abilities and going for it. 2 fall for Smart Omega. Another masterful play here from Blacklist International.
This is the same outcome as the last big team fight here about a couple minutes ago, and Blacklist just played it the same way.
Oh, throwback to not just a few moments ago, but to when Blacklist International faced against TNC. Yue loves taking away the ultimate of the Joy because not only is it a great survival tool for him, with more damage items on Valentina, it hurts more. That's why Yue was not afraid to dive into the back line of Omega. He's playing this like a fighter, assassin, mage.
Yep, they're leaning into it. When you expect that you engage and you find a nice jump like Miko does. Like, truth be told, Miko's finding amazing initiations. It's just that Blacklist know exactly how to respond.
Not just that, but I mean, even looking at this damage received, Renegade, the Hitman, is doing an amazing job. He's not the Hitman right now. He's just like the sandbag man.
He's the get hit man.
Because he's the get hit man because he is doing work here on this glue. And even if he can't find those splits he's looking for, the fact that he's able to take the brunt of the damage and then the rest of Blacklist International can follow up with that, like you mentioned with Renmar, with Yue being so aggressive here, it works out so well on multiple layers.
Homie has just one death. Imagine the work he's been doing the past 17 minutes, and he only died once.
Been a lot.
Well, right now, they're going to have to defend here. They lose the bottom inhibitor turret. They should be able to get work with this Lord down, and still Smart Omega holding on.
Oh, man. You see there, Blacklist International respecting the lineup of Omega's ability to defend. think we're going to be close to a 25-minute game here, gentlemen, maybe even longer. But Omega, repeat it again. Even though it looks like a good setup, what you need is the near-perfect setup. And that's not pressure onto Miko. That's the pressure for the entirety of Omega to know where the other members of Blacklist are. If it's Renegade or Wise or Venus that you catch off, watch where the other members are. They have to look for them because the counter-punish of Blacklist, they also have firepower as well in spades.
Remember you saying third time's a charm because Omega, they know the formula. They know 1 + 1 is equal to 2, but how do they get to that final step wherein the initiation results in conversion? Because so far, they failed to even get 1 kill after that those amazing jumps.
Yeah, and Blacklist has already shown they are ready to punish if it's the wrong target spotted on and focused on by the members of Omega.
At this point, Miko, I mean, the set is, like you said, you have to find exactly that right perfect moment or that perfect target. And I feel like in this case, it's got to be Super Red. But how do you even get to him, right? How do you even get to Super Red? Or maybe even UA. If you can at least take out UA, then you're in a great position for Smart Omega here. But, you know, you don't want to keep running into Renegade like this.
Yeah, he's staying far back, Super Red.
Oh, yeah.
Great positioning right now by the rookie of Blacklist International.
Super
and even
far.
UA.
Super far.
Super far.
You could say that.
Super Red, super far.
Why isn't he even turning off the blood oath?
Yeah, just constantly up now. Oh!
Okay.
Miko burned his flicker!
Miko burned his flicker. Renzio, look at, oh my Venus goes in with the flicker and Numenum Blast, forcing him back here. And no one going down just yet, but a lot expended. Lord now up.
And that cost Blacklist close to nothing. US still has his flicker. Renegade has his flicker. Venus can afford this, all right? And now we're about more than halfway through Blacklist because getting this Lord, they're positioned amazingly.
Yeah. And knowing that they're up against a Hanzo, the moment they saw Miko, they're like, all right, let's slow it down. He might be just giving space and vision for the Hanzo. We got to find out where he is. Let's see if once they see him on the map, there's Blacklist. Wise with the entry. So they're speeding this up a little bit more because they saw Ryzen there in the top lane.
Okay. Committed there. I mean, if Oh My Venus was caught, that would have been kind of a disaster here. But this should just be a Lord secured. But Ryzen now going to go in.
Oh.
Can he secure it? He's trying.
Oh.
And it's Wise able to take that Lord. Smart Omega knowing they have to recall here, regen, and get ready for the defense.
Numa got CC'd.
Yeah.
Numa got CC'd. It was a Hail Mary play. If Omega got it, they would have gotten it with very little repercussions. But now it looks like hunker down for the defense for Lord number 3.
And again, it's going to be a tough end here for Blacklist. Omega, great defensive lineup. 2 inhibitor turrets. 1 at top, 1 at mid here. Blacklist, if they're going to go for this, they might get just 1, but still be careful for the potential swing around. But the moment they get 2 and there's still a full 5-man, they can end it.
Push coming in here. Wise on the top side. They got to work with the Lord. Look at the damage,
wow,
though.
Ryzen.
There with Stome. Renzio trying to hold that mid lane down. The top turret's going to go down here. They're holding on to 1 inhibitor turret for Smart Omega. Blacklist International still got to respect this DPS coming out from this lineup. Renzio holding down the front line. Ryzen trying to go in, get some vision damage off. Renegade,
ouch.
Does he get the immortality? He can't get stunned here. Can't get it though, 1 hit away.
Omega's last bastion, the barangay holding on for dear life to this turret in mid. Amazing. I could have sworn they were going to lose both. But they know what's up. They understand that the clapback is real. Blacks International, this is discipline. They could have forced the push there.
Man, imagine life as a Hanzo. It must be amazing. You can just show up, deal damage, and don't even worry about going down.
Oh.
Because you're not even there technically.
My Venus again, looking for the angle. Not going to find it though. Also, Wise trying to put some pressure as well. No pick's going to happen here though, so Smart Omega knows exactly what they have to do.
They forced out the go away,
Yep.
so that's something that Omega has to account for, and Blacklist can take advantage of. But still, more to what you said, Ranmar, I gotta say, yeah, you're right. You can even stay in your base, like literally where you heal, and then go defend that turret.
Yeah, that's why Blacklist couldn't even take down that mid lane because Ryzen stopped. I believe it was Yue, Super Red, and Renegade from even getting close to it. He just showed up, dealt damage. Yeah, he got stunned because they got to take his demon form down to 0, but again, technically, he's not even there.
Yeah, I mean, even if he gets taken to 0, he's just stunned in his base.
Yeah.
Which is
So-
probably the best place to get stunned,
Yeah.
right at the spawn point.
Yeah.
And rinse and repeat. Like, just wait for the Pinnacle Ninja to refresh. We're about 20 seconds away from a scaled-up Lord. It's evolved at 23 minutes, folks. This should be the end, all right? If Blacklist play this right, this should be the end. If Omega get it, though, inevitable comeback.
I mean,
Yeah.
If they could win via one pickoff,
Yeah.
two-man pickoff, and get that Lord, steal it away. Ryzen can do that very well. Then we're off to a 30-minute game for
Yep,
sure.
that's going to be crazy. 30,
Well-
maybe even 40.
Whoa.
That's
Ouch.
I remember sitting down with you, Renmar, with a
50-minute.
54-minute game.
Yep.
Yeah.
the last season.
Season 7.
Oh,
Season
season
7,
7.
way back.
Well, right now, I don't even
Oh.
think they can contest
Oh.
this Lord, but
Oh.
Miko, oh my
Yue gets
goodness,
the win.
Yue able to survive that with a nice, timely flicker, but actually, it pulled Wise off the Lord. So that could have been that moment for Smart Omega to turn this one around.
And as well, at the cost of 0 battle spells. Watch Omega. They have all of their battle spells.
Look at how far back Horizon is. Woo, he's going to get this Lord. It's going to be a big one. Omega, though, they cannot overcommit. They
Yeah.
cannot get wiped out. They cannot afford to lose, too.
Still, top
Barely
side
can afford to
Renzo.
lose one.
Yeah.
Got to use the ultimate, the vengeance here as well. They're going to call it off on the Lord. They're going to push Smart Omega back here.
Gotta back off.
Ryzen still going to the base. Orenzio quite low, has the immortality. Miko going to go in, looking at Renegade.
Okay.
Gets Rage, quite low, flickers out, survives. Still, both teams, the back and forth, and now the call for the Lord.
Wow, Blacklist played that very well. They knew that they had a huge wave down bottom. And up top, they make a beeline for the Lord. Still a little skirmish happening north of the purple buff.
Oh, Ryzen. He gets quite low, has to go back to the
No
base.
ultimate.
Lord going to be secured. Wise taking that one. Now Blacklist International just has to march it into the base.
Oh, what a game. What a series. Game number 2 has been a great showcase of technical mastery. Not only as an individual, but as a team. Blacklist not giving space to Omega. Omega making the right calls, but Blacklist able to respond right away.
Renmar, what a sequence. Despite there being no casualties, you could have sworn it was life or death for both.
Wow.
Oh, fast clear mid.
Okay, you know what? The fact that there's a Ryzen life bar near 3 or 4 members of Blacklist makes it go, oh,
Yeah.
but then again, he's safe. He's fine.
Because again, technically, he's
It's
not,
not
there.
Well, who's here right now? And that's the Lord coming on the top side. Blacklist International going to be focusing on getting this last inhibitor turret down.
Lord number 4.
This is so different from the previous game, right? I mean, we're up
Yeah.
to the 4th Lord now.
Yep.
But the defense is strong. Like you mentioned, the high ground is here. Can Smart Omega hold on? They're going to lose that inhibitor turret. Still have to work with the Lord. The charge up from Oh My Venus. They find a connection.
base.
And just like that, Blacklist International will sweep the barangay.
In a snap, and in what seemed like forever and just all at the same time, Blacklist International end the game. 26 minutes in, game 2, and the whole series.
Cool, calm, collected, and aggressive at just the right moments. Blacklist eventually found it with that last Lord. Omega held on for as long as they could, delay the inevitable. But Blacklist International did not give Omega any big opportunities to completely turn the game around. Great show of respect and a tremendous game by these two squads.
Love this rivalry. You know, there might be some different players here and there, but still, it's always a showing from these two teams when they battle it out in the Land of Dawn. And I got to say, even with the addition of Renegade there, when he swaps out with Edward and then, of course, Super Red, you have this dynamic switch with Blacklist International.
Yep. Put him up there with the best of them. Zayn versus Owens. The Cavs versus the Lakers. Blacklist versus Omega.
Great showcase by these two, and it's a very comforting thought knowing that we're going to get this again later into the season for round 2. But here for round 1, Blacklist International can walk away with their heads held high with a sweep victory and 3 crucial points early on in the season.
I can't help but ask, did I get that